At an age where most players are looking to hang up the sneakers, a 35-year-old Pablo Prigioni made his NBA debut. Why did his debut take so long? Why was he such a late bloomer? There are a lot of questions surrounding his unusual basketball career and how he was able to establish himself as a cult hero in New York. There's also another catch.
Oh my nuts.
Technically, there was a rookie who was even older than Pablo, but we'll get to that soon. Pablo Prigioni's basketball journey began far from the NBA spotlight. Born in Argentina in 1977, Prigioni grinded XP points in the Argentine and Spanish professional leagues for 17 seasons before ever setting foot in an NBA game. By the time he entered the league, he wasn't some hungry 19-year-old trying to make a name for himself. He was a seasoned floor general with an insane collection of overseas accolades. In Spain's top league, ACB, Prigioni became a household name, winning multiple championships and cup titles. He lifted Spanish League and Spanish Cup trophies and earned himself MVP honors in those tournaments to go along with it. He was twice named to the All-EuroLeague second team, rubbing shoulders with Europe's elite, playing alongside national treasures like Manu Ginobili and Luis Scola, helping his nation capture an Olympic bronze in 2008. In short, by 2012, Pablo Prigioni had completed every side quest that basketball had to offer. Now it was time for the big fish, playing in the NBA. So how does a player of this caliber take so long to make it to the NBA? Prigioni was already established in the EuroLeague, and by the time he was hitting his strides, he was old. Teams prefer to invest in youth rather than players like Pablo. However, on this occasion, the New York Knicks came calling in the summer of 2012. Prigioni signed a one-year rookie minimum contract with the Knicks, eager to test himself against the world's best in the twilight of his career. It was an unusual signing. After all, NBA rookies are usually 15 years younger, but Prigioni's wealth of experience made him an intriguing addition to a veteran Knicks roster. Early on, Prigioni embraced his role as a savvy pass-first point guard off the bench. He didn't put up big scoring numbers. In fact, he averaged an extremely humble 3.5 points and 3 assists as a rookie, but his impact went further than those stats suggested. He brought a steadying presence and high basketball IQ to the court, often outfoxing younger opponents. Teammate Tyson Chandler joked that Prigioni's experience was his superpower on defense. Known as a pesky defender, Pablo had a knack for sneaking behind inbound passes and picking off passes when no one expected it, igniting fast breaks the other way. As the season progressed, this 35-year-old newcomer earned the trust of head coach Mike Woodson. By spring, Prigioni was promoted to the starting lineup, replacing Raymond Felton as the starting point guard for the final stretch of the season. And guess what? The Knicks caught fire. With Prigioni orchestrating the offense, New York went on a late winning run, clinched the Atlantic Division title, and entered the playoffs full of momentum. Not bad for an unk. The old man quickly became a fan favorite in New York. Knicks supporters loved his gritty hustle and fearless dives for loose balls. He was a rookie, but a veteran at the same time. His gutsy plays and toughness endeared him to the crowd, and chants of "Pablo, Pablo" sometimes echoed through the garden. By the end of that season, Gramps had firmly cemented his place in Knicks lore. He proved that age is just a number, contributing to a successful 54-win team and a playoff series victory. Over 4 NBA seasons, Prigioni continued to be a reliable role player before retiring and eventually moving into coaching. Okay, so technically, Pablo isn't actually the oldest NBA rookie of all time. He's the oldest rookie in the modern era. The prize for all time goes way back. 1948. I'm talking about a scrappy little team called the Providence Steamrollers in the old Basketball Association of America, the league that would soon become the NBA. A man by the name of Nat Hickeyi made his NBA debut at 45 years old. The story of Nat Hickeyi is the stuff of legend and a bit of comic relief. Hickeyi was actually the head coach of the Providence Steamrollers during the 1947-48 season. The team was one of the worst teams in the league, so perhaps out of desperation or showmanship, Coach Hickeyi decided to activate himself as a player. In January 1948, just 2 days shy of his 46th birthday, Nat Hickeyi suited up and stepped onto the court, making him a rookie at 45. But the press had a field day, playfully dubbing Hickeyi an old geezer and an ancient pro in the papers. So yes, Technically, Nat Hickeyi is the oldest rookie and player ever to play in the NBA/BAA game. However, this was decades before the modern NBA era, in a fledgling league still finding its footing. It was more a quirky one-time event than a viable late blooming career. Hickeyi went back to coaching after his brief on-court cameo, and his record has stood untouched since 1948. Now, back to the present era. Aside from that fascinating footnote in history, Pablo Prigioni indeed holds the crown as the oldest rookie in the modern NBA. His story opened the door for a discussion about players who, like him, made their NBA debuts at an age when most others have stopped playing entirely. Prigioni's success at 35 wasn't just a one-off miracle. He's part of a special old heads club, players who took the scenic route to the NBA and arrived in their 30s, bringing a wealth of experience with them, mind you. Let's take a quick look at a few notable names in this club, whose late debuts made headlines and warmed hearts. A career G League grinder and part-time math tutor, Andre Ingram finally got the call from the Los Angeles Lakers in 2018 at age 32. In a storybook NBA debut, he lit up the court with 19 points on 4 of 5 shooting from three-point range, all while sporting a touch of grey in his hair. The Staples Center crowd erupted into MVP chants as the little-known Ingram sank shot after shot. His 2-game stint became the stuff of legend, proof that sometimes Hollywood-style endings do happen in real life. How about a towering Lithuanian Hall of Famer? Arvydas Sabonis was initially drafted in 1986, but political hurdles and injuries delayed his NBA arrival until 1995. By the time he suited up for the Portland Trail Blazers, he was 30, going on 31, with plenty of mileage on his 7'3" frame. Even so, Sabonis made an immediate impact, earning NBA All-Rookie First-Team honors with averages of 14.5 points and 8 rebounds in his debut season. Fans often ponder what if Sabonis had come to the NBA a decade earlier in his prime. Many believe he'd have been an all-time great center. Despite arriving late, Sabonis wowed NBA fans with his elite passing skills and soft shooting touch, becoming one of the best passing big men of his era. And another 30-something rookie was Marcelo Huertas, sorry if I said that wrong, a Brazilian point guard who joined the Lakers in 2015 at age 32. In the NBA, he had a short stint, backing up a young D'Angelo Russell, but still produced a few highlights, including a near triple-double. Lakers fans enjoyed the Huertas show for that brief time, even if it was really small. These players all proved that the door to the NBA can open late in life, whether they were stashed draft picks finally coming over, undrafted journeymen fighting their way up, or international stars seeking a new challenge. Each brought a veteran's poise to their rookie season. Their stories, much like Prigioni's, highlight the global nature of basketball talent and the many different paths a career can take. In a league obsessed with youth and potential, the oldest rookie the NBA ever saw turned the conventional script on its head. Prigioni and his fellow late bloomers proved that dreams can be realized on your own timeline. Their debuts were not just feel-good moments, they also enriched the NBA with mature rookies who played with heart and wisdom earned from years of experience. Pablo Prigioni's chapter in NBA history may be unique, but it's also incredibly inspiring. After all, he showed the world that it's never too late to ball at the highest level.